Hello everybody and welcome back to PeterVill Farm. So I listened to everybody's suggestions from 2 episodes ago and I've actually come to the conclusion that the best price to pay for the JCB is £25,000. That is not unreasonable at all. So I'm going to go and buy that and then we're going to keep that as our main telehandler. I've actually sold the Manitou, so that's why we have £142,000 and yeah, it's going to be hopefully a nice machine to have on the farm. It's clearly a very good mod. So here it is once again, base price of £25,000. Obviously if we want to customise anything which is going to cost more, it is going to push the price up. But actually I'm very happy with standard, and then we can just choose a different cab colour. I might go for this one actually, the 525B Farm Special. So yeah, still £25,000, we'll buy that, and then we'll take it over to the farm. Now this particular attachment is only for the standard telehandlers. This particular telehandler in this mod pack, it actually only will support the front loader attachments which come within the pack. So I've already got one, I have already got the correct one. What I'm going to do is just push it over to the sell point, because yes, I can't attach to it, and then we'll sell it. Okay, there we go. So I'll just back out of the way, because I think actually the trigger for it for selling is actually more this way than it is towards the building. Yes, it is. Okay, there we go, £899 back in the bank account. So yeah, this is it, this is what we have. Now the first thing I want to do today is to go to the farm, and we already have those wool pallets from 2 episodes back. They can now be sold because the price of wool has increased quite a bit, and it is certainly a good price to sell. It's around, I think it's over £1,200 for one crate load, so that's perfectly good enough. Very happy with that. And we have at least 4 crates, there might be even 5 by now. So I think what I would do is I'll take the 3 bales off the flatbed trailer and replace those with the 4 or 5 pallets. As I'm here, what I'll do is I'll attach to the irrigator, make sure it's all folded up. Yeah, that needs to be completely folded up. There we go. And we're going to take this back over to the farm. I'm actually really pleased that this thing can attach to it, because sometimes you can't attach to everything. And yeah, it's just going to be out of the field once and for all. So yeah, I killed all the weeds yesterday. It's going to make a massive difference to the yield, and it's just going to be a much better crop because of it. So yeah, it had to be done. We have another field which has to be done as well. In total I have 2 oat fields. This is the larger of the 2, but they both have weeds in them, so yeah, the other one has to be done today, because the crop is growing and I don't want it to become ripe with all those weeds still in there, because it'll make it very difficult to then kill the weeds off, and chances are they'll then have to stay in there for the harvest, which is just going to really restrict the amount of profit I can make. I think the best place for it is going to be just around the corner in the shed. That really big open shed just seems to be the great place for putting machinery. You might have noticed I am trying to put everything away. Sometimes it's not possible. For example, the baler there, I'd have to split the trailer because otherwise I just can't reverse it. But yes, everything is going to be hopefully put in a shed. So I have, I think, 2 jobs to do today, 2 different jobs. Like I've already explained, we have the first one, which is to sell the wool, but first I do need to take the bales off the trailer. But yes, once I have done that, I do need to also go and sell the firewood. I have quite a bit of split logs, so it is ready to burn on a fire, a wood burning stove. They're going to be taken over to the log sell point. I have absolutely no idea how much it's going to be worth, but yeah, I'm gonna go and sell it, and we might be surprised. There is a possibility that we're going to be surprised. Now, is that going to fit to this? I absolutely have no idea. No, I would say it's because it is just too tall. So I'll put the Massey Ferguson tractor on that, take the spray off here, there we go, and we will then pull the trailer out of the shed. I just need to find a good place to put these. I suppose just in the shed over there should be fine. Yeah, so if you haven't tried out the Polish pack yet, I do recommend it. I'm still working my way through it. There are so many different machines within that pack, and really I have literally only touched the surface of it. The JCB is pretty much the only thing I've looked at. There's also a load of Zetas, or Zetas, and also I think there's some Ursus tractors, and then there is things like the backhoe, different attachments. So yeah, I'm going to try and focus on everything in that pack within this series if I can do. The problem which I always have is obviously using all the different tractors, because there's only so many tractors a farm can actually need. So I'm just going to probably use a tractor in each episode and maybe lease it. I definitely couldn't buy them. I'd have tractors coming out of my ears, so yeah, it would be a bit extreme. Anyway, final bale. It's got a fairly good boom on this, 7 metres. This is the larger of the two. I'll try and stack it on top of those two. Won't be particularly neat. And there we go. Right, so now for those at least four pallets of wool.
You and I could run away now. You and I could be on our way. Pack our bags and take this love to a different place now. Yes, you and I could be on our way. And just when you whisper in my ear, words only meant for me to hear. Promise that your secret's safe with me. You're the only reason. Yes, you're the only reason. Baby, you're the answer to my prayers. Feeling like the world's in our hands. Now I know that this is meant to be.
Okay, so I've just put the 5 pallets on there. One of them is only 40% full, so technically 4.5 pallets, but that is absolutely fine. I've just also used the JCB to move the liquid fertilizer IBC from the middle of the yard to inside the shed, which is obviously much neater, and it saves having a load of the chemicals just lying around the yard. So why did I turn the engine off? Let's go and take it over to the sell point, which I would imagine is going to be the usual sell point. I've got to admit, it does make it much easier to have the same place for most of the different things, although surprisingly the spinnery is not the best price. The PeterVill factory is, and yes, this is definitely the icon for wool, so I won't get that wrong again. Anyway, let's go. PeterVill factory, you have some money to give us, because I have some wool to give you. Okay, our Dennis still here. Right, so this is going to be a few £1,000, 8,161. Yeah, nothing like FS19. Oh, I've still got one on. Yeah, nothing like FS19, but still pretty good. 784. So yeah, a reasonable amount of money. I think FS17 was overpriced completely. The amount of money you got for the wall pallets was just absolutely ridiculous, but it was fun. It was like the silage in FS15. Every game seems to have had its own very expensive commodity. FS15 was the silage, FS17 was the wool, and FS19 is the eggs, the chicken eggs. They are very expensive, so it's always fun to sell the most expensive things. Okay, so it's now 20 to 5. I'm going to have to slow down time, put it to times 5. I'm going to reattach this tractor to the sprayer. We do still have plenty of herbicide left, so I can just kill those weeds off. Luckily, it is just a fairly small field, so I should be able to do it really quickly. And then I want to take a trailer over to the forest, and yeah, just basically pick up all those split logs, because I've got no other use for them. I might as well sell them. As for what trailer I'm going to use though, that is another question. I have absolutely no idea. I don't think I could use a flatbed, because I don't think you'd be able to strap them on. They are very small pieces of firewood. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of trial and error, I think, and trying to figure out the best trailer to actually use. Okay, not that side. This side here. Oh, okay. There's an obstruction in both ways. Maybe I can attach the weight to the front of the tractor first. It is facing the wrong way, but yes, look at that, I have attached it. But you probably don't want to know how I attached it. It was crazy. Okay. Right. So just drop it off in here. And I don't really need a weight on at all, although I suppose having the weight on with a heavy sprayer on the back isn't a bad idea at all. So as I've now got it on the front, I might as well just keep it there. It wasn't trying to do a wheelie yesterday. It did seem very stable. But you never know, if it was fully loaded, like 100%, it might be a bit light on the front. I had it 90% full, and it was fine. But yes, it is a fairly heavy tractor anyway. The 7726 from Massey Ferguson. Now, that's the field. Looking like a bit of a state, because it is just completely infested with these horrible weeds. They just overrun everything. Incredible. Rampant weeds. But this will make short work of it. Just fly over the field and kill them off. It is the path of destruction. But luckily it only kills the weeds, not the lovely oak crop beneath. Yeah, and we're going to actually probably swath this field so I can bale it. Or maybe just pick up the straw as it is in the loading wagon. Either way, I'm going to drop the straw because it's worth either money or it is a product towards our horses, which are worth lots of money each. Wow, look at my herbicide level. Just about enough. 34 litres left. Yeah, I thought I had more than that, but that has actually meant that one IBC load of herbicide has done both the fields. It's just perfect. If I had had to buy another one just for that very small amount, it would have been annoying. Very, very annoying. So yeah, that hasn't really been a problem at all. It's turned out very well. Okay, so one more thing to do. Firewood. It must be done. Because I have currently a great big pile of firewood just in the forest. Now if it's worth a lot of money, I'm going to do some more. I think I do still have the log splitter, so it might be a good source of income. Firewood in real life is worth a lot of money. As for firewood in Farming Simulator, we're yet to find out. Unless of course you've already done it, which you might have done since the mod has been out for probably 3 or 4 weeks now. So yeah, there is a chance that you have tried it out, but I'm going to try it out for myself today, and for anybody else who hasn't done it before, we are about to find out together. So let me go and find an appropriate tractor. This will do. Let me now find an appropriate trailer. This is going to be tricky. I think something like this one here is probably going to be the most logical thing to get, because I don't think I have anything already which is suitable. And it wants to be fairly low so I can throw the wood into it. So yeah, I think this is all I can really go for. So let's go and head over to the store, bring the trailer across, load it up and attempt to sell it. It might be that you can't even sell it, but I can't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to. Oh, I was expecting that to sort of bump over it, but no, it's actually got stuck by the log. When you look at it closer though, it's actually more like a tree. It's a huge log. It's a giant trunk of a tree. I shouldn't drive over them. Could do no end of damage to the front axle. Right. Still absolutely love these flotation tyres. I think it suits this tractor so much. I suppose really the best thing would be to use a pickup truck. That would be the most logical thing to use. But yeah, I forget how many logs I've actually got. I think there's quite a few. I didn't do a huge amount, but it might be more than the pickup load. Although, yeah, if you think about it properly, it probably is exactly the load space of a pickup. So, yeah, if only I had one, it would be very useful. Anyway, back over to the forest. I have some manual labour to do. Hooray! My least favourite kind of labour. Right. So I did put a path in. I've put this track in, which should take me pretty much to where I did the logging. Whenever I'm in a forest, I have to put the time to real time because I just don't like the shimmering of the shadows, which is what Farming Simulator has done. There might be a graphics option to remove it. I don't know, but yeah, it's not the map. I mustn't mislead anybody here. It is the game itself. If you increase the rate of time, the shadows pan around, which is fantastic, but they do shimmer, which is not so fantastic. I can demonstrate it. Can you see it's like a sort of, I don't know, Christmas tree? The lights on a Christmas tree flickering. Yeah, so real time only if you're in a forest. So I do have quite a few logs. This is going to be maybe more than the pickup load, so it is a good job I do have the trailer. Plus I have the trailer for other uses in the future. Love the ability to throw. Ever since they put that in, was it FS15? 17, not too sure. It's been good. Or has it been in since the start? It's one of the only features I can't remember it being introduced. Maybe it's because it... No, it wasn't in 08. I'm sure it wasn't in 08. I think it was in 09. I can't remember. Yep, I've been with the series since the start, and I can remember pretty much everything, but not being able to pick things up. I should probably go back to 08 just to see if you can pick things up. Right, so I'm going to go and continue doing this, and then we'll take a trip over to the sawmill. Okay, I think that is everything. It is. Obviously we have the massive trees just behind us laying down on the ground. They do need to be cleared at some point, but I now have everything in the trailer. So all I have to do is head over to the sawmill and see how much money we can make. So if I can just load up this, try and figure out the best route to go. I think it's just beyond here. It is, right, okay, good. So, yeah. Is firewood a good business to be in? We're soon going to find out. I don't even have much in here. It's arguably a trailer load. You could fit more in there. So I think if it's over £1,000, then that makes it very good. If you imagine if you were getting £1,000 just for what we have here, then I think you're sorted for life. You're set for life with that amount of money from some wood, especially if you own a forest which is growing more trees, like we are. I have some new trees in, which I mustn't forget. I must show you those trees. Here's one. They're growing very nicely. Here's another. Quite a few. I think I put 40 in total. So they're going to obviously replace the trees which I've cut down. This is a renewable forest. Loads of trees. It is me being very sustainable. Okay, right, back into the fort. Let's go. Let's go and see if we can make over £1,000 from a tiny amount of wood. I think we will do. I think firewood is a good business to be in. But I'm about to be shown if it's a good business to be in. A good virtual business, that is, not real life. I guess I could put the time back to time 15. The next episode is going to be during the next day, obviously, next in-game day, and possibly the oats will have actually ripened by then. It would be nice to be able to get some oats harvested, because I do need to give them to the horses. In a second I'll show you what the current state is with the sheep and the horses, but I think they're actually pretty good overall. They should both have a fairly high productivity, and the horses are still generating a lot of money per day essentially, although you only do get paid once you've sold them. But yeah, they're increasing their value every day that passes, because we have Horse Helper, which is me employing a horse trainer, to, of course, train them, make them very expensive horses. Right, so the trigger is, well, it must be in the beacon of light. That would be the giveaway. Although, I think I have sold here before and it was more over here. So that is just marking where the sell point is. Right, so we're looking for at least £1,000. If it's over £1,000, then it is a business worth getting into. Wow, 2,531 from that very small amount of firewood. It took a bit of time splitting it, but I think that's a good bit of profit. Imagine if you were earning that from just that relatively small amount of work. Not bad at all. Anyway, we must move on. We must take a look and see what my animals are up to. So the sheep, absolutely perfect. Productivity 100%, reproduction rate 106 hours, and we have 340 litres of wool currently in storage. They're all the same. And the horses currently £8,123 each. Actually, I don't think I can fit any more in. I think that is everything. I could actually name some after my subscribers. Post down below. I might pick some out at random. But yes, they are fulfilled with the hay. Oats, yeah, lacking the oats, but that should be tomorrow. Again, the straw, That is from the oats as well. We'll give them oat straw. So things are looking very good, and my bank account actually has some money in it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.